Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to create a wobble bass. And not just any wobble bass, a really complex wobble bass that sounds very good actually. Okay, so it's not going to sound exactly like this because recreating a sound is just almost impossible once it's already been done, so it's always a good idea to save your sound. But I'm going to teach you how to basically come across sounds like these. Now it also sounds a little bit better if I slow it down here. It's got that metallic kind of talking to you effect to it. Um, so I'm going to basically start with something like this. It's going to be a beep, and it's not going to have really any special quality. It's just there's a basic buzz sine wave. This is your waveform shaper, if you didn't already know. Start with like a beat like that, and so what we're going to do with it first, in order for it to be a wobble bass, it needs to be a bass note. So the best thing to do is drop the frequency down to 0.2. Now you're probably not going to be able to hear that unless you subwoofer. So there it is, basic bass note. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to filter 1. You're going to run an LFO that looks like this on the cut tab. So cut, LFO, delete all the little dots and just take the original dot like this and put it up to, I would say, 4 lines up. Then turn it on. Make sure the tempo button's turned on, or else you're not going to get, it's not going to line up with the rest of your song at the beats per minute. So then you're going to have a sound basically like that. Pretty simple. If I turn the sine wave into a saw wave, it sounds better. But and you're gonna have to turn the out up here on 1 off so that you get it just through the filter. This is the cutoff knob. This says where it's gonna start, like down here, and the envelope knob, which says where it's going to end as far as up here before it starts coming back down again. So, as you can see. Now, for a wobble like this, I recommend you do a 3x filter on SVF, and that's going to give you a really cut and dry, solid sound. And I usually turn the low pass up to a little below halfway, and the band pass all the way up with the high pass all the way down. That gives you a pretty good wobble just to start off with. And then from there, what you're going to go and do is each operator, I've found, needs to be an exponential value of the one before it. So if we have 0.2 here, then this one either needs to be 0.2 or 0.4 or 0.8, 1.6, 3.2, and 6.4. And that'll give you a good basis for your sound. Then what you're going to go do is over here in your mix board, what I do is I turn everything up just a teeny notch. And what's going to happen here is each sound is going to run through the next waveform after it and modulate it, sort of like putting its handprint on the waveform before it. And that's what frequency modulation is. If you want to know more about that, there's plenty of videos on YouTube to show you. But you don't have to do this with all sounds, but for really metallic, complex kind of talking wobbles like this, I found it's the best thing to do. Just turn each one up a little notch, and then what you'll get is a sound kind of like this. So then after that, what we're going to do is add the talking effect to it. And the way to do that is you're going to run another filter on top of the filter before, and turn this next knob up to about here, and that knob basically just says how much effect the first filter is going to have on the second filter. And when you go to the second filter, go to Cut, LFO, and drop it down to about 4 lines again, and then turn it on. And then what you're going to get is something like this. You can tune that however you like, oh, and always make sure the resonation is up somewhere around halfway, because if you want it to talk, it's not really, it's not going to talk unless it has some resonation, and you'll see as I get further here. Then you're going to go to your third filter and turn that one on. What you're going to do with that one is run it 4 lines down instead of 4 lines up. And what this does is it gives the wobble bass the talking effect. I don't know how it works, but for some reason when you run 2 LFOs opposite of each other and wobble them at the same speed, you get a talking effect, sort of like this. Now, if you want it to talk more, you can turn the resonation up all the way. It won't sound good every time, but if you find the right synthesis, then you can usually get it to sound pretty good. But I'm not trying to make it talk that much in this one. So, from there, get your frequency cut off and envelope at the right level that you want it to be. Then from there, it's all picking your waveforms. So, basically, you just kind of mess around with it until you get the type of sound you're looking for, and it'll always come to you eventually. And well, pretty much that's it. If you feel like your wobble's a little too dirty or it's not closing enough, what you can do is go to option 1, volume LFO, and then run this LFO at the same speed as these ones, and it'll kind of clean it up in case it's not. Give it more of a fade in, fade out effect, or you can drop it down and. But basically, that's how you do it. And then you know, if you get the right waveforms going on, then you can come up with things like. Or you know, there's I don't know. I mean, I've made a ton, but. Oh, that's wobbling a little bit too fast. as you see, with a little time and effort, come up with some pretty intense wobble bases. So there you go, an advanced lesson in making a wobble base. So there you go, and thanks for watching.